the actual brew house, the hot liquor tank.
You do this is basically just hot water.
Just hot water.
Yeah.
Hot water. And then in England, they used to get dock pay. Back in the old days, if you called it hot water, you had to call it hot liquor. But yeah, that's just a hot liquor tank, 400-gallon hot liquor tank.
Gas, electric.
That's electric. Electric probe. The actual, the kettle is actually gas fired underneath. We actually use propane here instead of natural gas. But yeah, kettle, 10-barrel kettle.
Wow.
And then all the fermenters in bright tanks, 10 barrels also. Basically, it's where I bash in. So, I do have a mill that I use for specialty grains. Obviously, it's not above my bash ton. But for the most part, I just get it pre-ground. I bring the bags up here. In general, depending on what I'm brewing for a 10-barrel batch, I generally use about 600 pounds of malt per batch.
Yeah.
Around 450, 460 gallons of water. Depending on it. So most of my brews, straight infusion, I usually go in between 150 and 155 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on what I'm brewing.
Oh, yeah.
So what I usually do is I'll put in 250 gallons into the kettle, heat it up, and then I've got it to where it hits about 160, and I'll transfer it over to here. It carries over to about 164.
Okay.
So that gets me about 152 degrees.
Yeah,
strike
grain.
Yeah. So, and then most brews, I do an hour rest on that. And then start the water process. I'll recirculate it in the Grant tank over there 3 or 4 times just till I get it cleared out.
Yeah. Get all the sugars freed up.
Right. And then transfer it over to the kettle. I'll put the fire on it. And lauter here takes usually about an hour. This one lauter is pretty good for me. I don't get too many stuck beds in there. But I'll do an hour boil. And again, depending on what I'm brewing, I'll beginning boil hop. Most of my milder stuff, I'll hop in 45 minutes before the end. And then the aromatics I'll add during the whirlpool usually.
Oh, nice.
So I do a 15-minute whirlpool and I'll add them there instead of right at the end of the boil. So it's basically 90 minutes to 2 hours in there. Basically just obviously hop in directly to there. 15-minute whirlpool, 15-minute rest. Heat exchanger, and I'm just using cold groundwater on it, so no glycol. And in the summertime, obviously, it takes a little longer.
Yeah. Now, do you recirculate? I mean, is that what this plumbing here does? Or?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. We just tell how it is. I mean,
that's the out.
Yeah.
Correct. So, in through here. Okay. Recirculates hot. Hot comes out through here. But basically, what I'll do is I hook up a hose to that, and I'll run a line into the hot liquor tank, and use it to refill the hot liquor tank. Or if I'm doing a double brew, if I fill hot liquor tank, I'll throw some in the kettle because it comes out about 140, 145 degrees. Right. Well, yeah, chill it down to about 69, 70 degrees. I did do that Swashbuckler here with the lager yeast, and I was able to get it down to 52 degrees.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah. And so I can only do lagers in the winter though.
Right. Welcome to the club. Yeah, I was gonna say, as a homebrewer, that's what I'm go.
For the most part, I use white lamps, 002, the English ale.
Nice.
And I do about 15 generations on that.
Really?
I can repitch. I get enough of the slurry on here. That's such a solid ale yeast as long as you're careful with it. I can keep pulling off, repitching.
Yeah, put it in the next pitch. Put it down the line. Now, do you store in the yeast in kegs or anything? Or?
If I have to, I'll put them in a corny keg.
Okay.
For up to a week. I usually I like to leave them in there longer. But a lot of times, if I have an ale in, fermenter 1, and I'm brewing 1 into fermenter 2 that day, I'll just pull off pitch.
Oh, that's
while it's going. So
awesome. So
they do hit it with oxygen too for just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just going in.
How's that hooked up to the?
Yeah,
right. Okay. Yeah. So these are the fermentation tanks, and these are
the bright
tanks. Right.
Tanks, serving tanks.
Yeah.
They're all jacketed, all jacketed. I get a keg out from here, and these also go directly to the taps out there too. So I can use the serving tank, serving vessels.
Nice.
So I don't have to keep kegging off shit.
Yeah. So this can hook right up to the bottling line, right up to the kegging line.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything you need.
Yep.
Wow.
Basically, you just take the hose, pump goes to the keg line.
But that's great in August when you got like 50 people
Exactly.
outside wanting a
Yeah.
couple drafts, and it's like you got a can, like a can,
Yeah.
you got about multiple barrels, right? 10 or 16 barrels right there.
And it's, come the busy season, like, end of September, October, I'll sit it here, say that'll be full of gold, which is the most, what everybody drinks, not everybody, but, and you can just watch it going down. But yeah, it's a lot easier than, keg going off every 15 minutes, so.
Now, how much lower than room temp can you get these as far as lagering?
I can get them down to right around 32 degrees if I need to.
Really?
I keep them at about 37 CO2 tank. I'll show you back there. But basically, it's just one, if I need to force carbonate anything. I've got stones in all these that I hook up the CO2. Also, these all have CO2 lines that go to them that I keep head pressure on while you're kegging or serving, just to keep CO2 on top of it.
So they really are big kegs, basically.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just pushing in the CO2.
Crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And then all the
Talk about
lines,
streak to clients.
all the lines are, as you can see, glycol jacketed too.
Oh yeah.
So it's cold all the way
Oh yeah.
out to the. So basically, this runs back into the cooler, and then from the cooler out. It just serves these 2 bars, the shucks out here, and then there's a poorhouse back here.
So really, you have a no oxygen, type of situation.
Sure. Yeah. And there's always just some CO2.
Yeah, that's fresh. That's real fresh. You said this 22 ounce?
22 ounces, 6-head filler.
Wow, that's
I just still need to set it up, but it's
clean.
this is what I had in my old brewery, so.
Oh, so you know this machine?
I know how to run this pretty easy. So.
I say, to me right now, this looks like what? Like
A lot of
green and yellow hoses with a blue and red. Like, what am I cutting?
But it's pretty, it's got a control panel on the mods here. And so, it just runs on compressed air, CO2.
Yeah.
So basically this this will lift up. This is actually upside down for shipping right now. That will be turned there. So this is your product in. So this lifts up, bottles index. Underneath it drops. Purges with CO2 and fills. Then you can do a pulse on it if you want as it lifts. Indexes again and these cap.
Awesome.
Bottle caps go in here. Basically.
Do you force carbonate, or are there any? Do you put in bottles?
Sometimes
conditioning,
I do. Sometimes I don't have to. Sometimes I'll get enough during secondary fermentation that it's up to CO2 standards.
Like right in the tank.
Yeah. But for a lot of times if I'm pulling right at 2 weeks during fair, I'll have to juice them a little bit.
Yeah.
So they're all. I got carb stones and all of them.
And you think you're gonna do any bottle conditioning with the?
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, definitely down the line, especially going to a bigger brewery.
Right.
That's stuff that we can start doing, bottle conditioning, some real casts.
Nice.
And,
I'm not gonna say the word sour, though.
sours would be nice.
Oh.
Get some bourbon barrels in here. We got a really neat, out by the mansion, they've got the original, there's an ice house out there.
Oh,
That's
really?
about, 25 feet into
Yeah.
the ground.
Oh,
Still got the
nice.
stone and shit down there.
65
cave.
degrees.
It was like 55 degrees year round.
Oh, like perfect for.
So we're planning on doing some storage down there, some barrel storage.
This is a top freeze. That's a hell of a
Oh,
that's
look
a
at
teaser
that.
right there. Oh, look at that.
I didn't take a picture of that.
Nugget.
I'm sorry, I didn't take a picture of that. I didn't mean it.
You guys use Cascade on your IPA, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's 44-pound box.
Smells so good.
Wow, what is that?
It's just another box. Cascade, it's on the side.
That's awesome. Yeah, Cascade, the workhorse hop,
Yeah.
really is.
Ashton, a lot of fun Gold Coast. Gold Coast? Really? It's actually a pretty vessel system.
That is a Cascade IPA directly from the tank.
Is that
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
This is milk stout. And this is actually the gentleman who won the homebrew competition last year.
I heard about that.
One with the sweet stout. So he sent me his recipe. I calibrated it for a 10-barrel batch,
Yeah.
and he came in and helped me brew it. Basically, we just brewed his recipe. About 45 pounds of lactose in there to make it sweet. It's only
yeah.
a little over 2 weeks now. I think it'll just keep getting better. But it turned out, I thought,
That's got a great
nice.
Big coffee.
Yeah, I'm getting the coffee notes. I'm just saying, like kind of a roasty, smooth coffee, almost a mocha, almost.
Yeah.
Almost a mocha.
Do you want to